Welcome to my World of Tanks video about cards. Now, what I'm going to show you is one of the luckiest card draws you've seen from the 30 card blue pack. It's the best I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. I've watched videos of other guys who posted their 30 card disbursement of tanks and gold, etc. This one was from my friend ArmoredWraith. And whenever time he does that, he's like, he opens them, and then we're in a party, and he's telling me what he's getting, so I write it down. Like, I have the sheet for it right here. So this way, the problem you have when you open them, if you don't make a written copy, is that you don't have an easy way to catalog or analyze mathematically what went on. And you might ask yourself, why would you care to analyze it? There's a reason. And the more educated of you guys who have more knowledge of probabilities and what have you can probably already see where this is going. So I want you to look at this because I analyzed all the videos that I saw, looking for patterns and looking for information to help me draw conclusions based from a strictly mathematical perspective. And I do that because in school, I graduated in math and science. So it's right up my alley. And it's really awesome. So I want to show you this stuff. Let me get to the very beginning of the video, and we'll go through this together. And it's freaking killer. Okay, let's set the stage. So he was telling me he needed to get gold and everything. Yeah, he started with this one, and I wanted to have that as the main image at the beginning. He started with a tank, which is fantastic, of course. He had Tier 3 BTSV. That one, goes for, I don't know. What is this? BTSV, 1,000 gold. So the sheet lets me know what he got in what order, etc., which may or may not have any value. I didn't think it was going to have value, but you never know. So there's 150 gold. Now, spoiler alert, blue cards, 150 gold is what you get in almost every card. There's like 21% chance you're going to get additional gold. So you should almost always expect to get 150 gold. All right. So, and I was telling you guys, 300 gold is fantastic. This is the luckiest draw I've ever seen. But I have to set the stage because I have another video I'm going to show you that is the equal of this in some aspects. It's better in other aspects and not as good in some other aspects. So it's just, it's tomato and tomato. Tremendous, 150 gold plus 1 day of premium. So the thing about premium time, I'll make a video mentioning this and telling you what I've analyzed on premium time, but that's another video. Another 150 gold. Now, me personally, when I'm going through cards, I do gold and tanks are my priorities. Third level priority is free experience, and I'll tell you why. Because as we speak right now, the free experience can be traded in for tanks eventually down the road. And that's part of why he got the cards. He needed gold. He was actually working towards acquiring enough gold to buy the 10 Halloween monster tanks. He did not buy those because he found other things that were more awesome to him, which was fantastic. There you go, a Großtraktor Krupp. So that's GRO, and that character is called an S set. That's a double S. So if you wrote it on a typewriter, it would be GROSS. But they have a special, it looks like a giant capital B in German. I studied German, so I speak, this much. I get by. So that is his second tank. He's not done. Trust me on this one. Another 150 gold, 1200 free experience, which is fantastic. So really there's three things we look for. And everything else I consider as like a bonus. 10,000 silver, 100,000 silver, times 2 vehicle, times 2 silver, times 3 vehicle, times 4 commander, times 6 commander. Those are going to be here today, gone tomorrow. You're going to use those. 75,000 silver. You'll use those, you know, like paper towels. You don't look at paper towels as assets. Okay, there's some of you're intentionally using and discarding. Well, you don't discard these, but you use them. So I look at these as the bonus. I don't try to put a gold value on those. I'm more concerned of just the cream of the crop. Gold, free experience, and tanks. These are the three categories that dominate. Three categories, sorry. This is American style. This is German style. Whoops, there it is. And also, if you get a bonus card. Bonus cards are like 5% of the time. So you expect on awesome extra day of premium. Premium days are 3% of the time you get those. But extra cards, 5% of the time, you're expecting to get statistically 1.5. So it's either you would get, sometimes you expect one premium free card like you see there, or sometimes you would expect 2. Because you can't get half of a card. So, you know, whatever. I'm just giving you the statistics are you're going to get 3 tanks. 10% of the time you'll get a tank. So you're expecting 3. Could be 1, could be more than 1, a lot more. Which I have seen. Okay. I could figure out what this is, but I don't really worry about it. Okay, I know where I'm at now. But those I look at as extras. We're tank hunters is what we are. Now, and everyone is. Whoops. Touched my controller. Ooh, sorry. Let's get this out of the way. And it touched itself when it fell down. Ha! T-29, another Tier 3 vehicle. So if you're counting, he's pulled 3 Tier 3 vehicles. Now, in this set, the total prizes, there's 6 Tier 3 cards. So you're expecting, you would expect to normally get a lot more Tier 3s than anything else. So he's got 3 different ones, actually. The first one, the BTSV, was a refund tank. The second one, the Gross Tractor, that was a new one, so he kept that one. I don't have that tank. That's a nice 350. Maximum gold on a blue card is 400. The T-29 he got was a duplicate, so that was another around 1,000 gold for that one. I got the list. BTSV, that was a 1,000 gold. T-29 was 950. I have a list here. It's hard for you to see of the prices in the store, the regular prices of those tanks. Hello, Sexton 1. Fantastic tank, by the way. I was using that on my long hauls because I could cycle those through so fast and was made getting long hauls easy because I'm an expert at artillery. Oh, that was also a refund tank. So he's gotten already, you've seen 3 refund tanks plus 1 new tank. The Sexton is 1250. And that dude is an awesome tank, I'm telling you. So, and this is like, he's telling me this stuff, and he was like, oh, he was like, he couldn't pronounce it right. I go, Britannia Panther. He goes, yeah, that's it. He spelled it as BRTA. I knew what it was. So that tank, he did not have that. He did not have that Britannia Panther, so he got that. And so he got 2 new tanks, and he's gotten 3 refund tanks, which is fantastic. What are we getting here? Okay. So anyway, he's also, taking advantage of, 2,000 free XPs, jacking up his free experience on top of it, because we know down the road those are worth expensive tanks. We're going to get expensive tanks with free XP. So he needed the gold, and he needed free experience. Jackpot of jackpots, he got the #1 card. Oh, and by the way, this is a repeat because 6 months ago or something like that, he got that icebreaker in a red card. But in this series, it is the top value card in the blue series. So that was an 8,000 gold refund for him. You'll see it on the screen at the top when it's done. But he was leaving it on screen a while so you could see it and maximize the awesomeness in the video. Of course, I think. Oh, there's more. I thought that might have been it. God bless America. Hit the thing. Stupid. Okay. So we're just waiting for this to run its course. There we go. And we have 1 or 2 more cards here to go through. Icebreaker. Ha, there we go. Super fantastic 300 gold. That's 250. So he got in this stash. This is the best stash I've ever seen. Okay, so let's do this. So the secret of any game really is to play the game your way, meaning you define what makes it fun or successful. Now, my friend Wraith, he just had, like I said, it was the best stash of cards I had ever seen. He pulled 6 cards, which is literally double the expectation of the 3 that you're going to get on average, which was just absolutely a jackpot. He got 4 tank refunds. And what makes or breaks you when you buy a pack of 30 cards, and that costs just a few pennies over $40. So it's a $40 pack of cards. You buy a $40 pack of cards, your expectation will be about 5,000 to 5,200 gold. That's your average that I've seen. And 3 tanks is average, 1 extra bonus card. But, he just surpassed all of those. Now, what happens is, when we say gold, I mean, what, 150, 250, 300, those actual gold coin numbers. I don't talk about, that's not an expectation with refunds. Refunds are in the absolutely separate category in bonus money. So he did better than average on regular gold. He did double the average of how many tank cards he got with 6, which is phenomenal. Because really, that's where the money is made if you have enough tanks, which he did. And I'll explain that to you. Here is like, well, you ask yourself, man, could I possibly do what he did? Well, the answer is both yes and no. Every pack is going to be different. You might get more, you're probably going to get less. 6 is, statistically, it's a very high rarity. You could get 7 or 8. But he got 6, which is awesome. You could also get 0. Okay? You've got to take that into account. It's a gamble. You are gambling. Now, the odds say that if you bought 2 or 3 packs, you're going to average 3 cards per pack. Could be 6 in 1, could be 1, could be 2, and that would be 9 for 3 packs if that's what you bought, for example. But most people just buy 30, like myself when I bought them. I just bought 30 and called it even rolled the dice, took my chances, okay? So you're gambling. But if you know up front that you're gambling, what you're expecting, you're gambling that, you know, hey, anything can happen. You're going to get about 5,200 to 5,400 on average gold. You're going to get 3 tanks on average. Could be more, could be less. You're going to get 15,000-ish free experience. Now, in his card pack where you got 6 tanks, he got 4 refunds, and that's what jacks you up. Now, 3 of those were tier 3s. He got a 950, he got a 1,000, and he got a 1,250 for those. So that was 2,250 plus 950, it's 3,200. He got 3,200 refund on the 3 tier 3s. Really good. If that's all he got, that's above average. All right. He would have gotten, you know, close to 9,000 gold plus all the extra bonuses. You know, and in that case, if that's all he got was 3 tanks, he would have gotten no extra tanks. But like a jerk, he got 6. So he got that 3,200 refund just for the 3 tier 3s, and then he pulls the number 1 card in the entire set. That's like going, you know, and buying a Pokemon pack of cards or a set of cards, you know, a bunch of packs, and opening it up and you pulled out the Charizard or whatever the current most expensive Pokemon card there is. So it's like he pulled a Charizard, which in the tanks he already had it. So it was an 8,000 gold tank, and he got a refund of 8,000 gold for 1 tank. So he ended up with about 18,000 gold from that 1 pack, which that's more money than some of the red top secret card packs will give you. So he ended up with 18,000 gold plus the goodies on the side, the bonus. Okay, we don't worry about those. 18,000 gold plus 2 tanks that he didn't have. That's a jackpot score in any book. He got something that was, you know, if you said, well, hey, you're going to draw 3 cards, you know, from the, you know, you're going to buy a red pack for $110, and you're going to get 2 tanks and 18,000 gold. You're like, I'll take that. I mean, if you were guaranteed that result from red, you'd take that. I've seen worse. I've seen better, but I've seen worse. That was a very good result. You know, and then you're gambling on what 2 tanks you get. So he gambled, he got 2 tanks he didn't have. Now, yes, objectively, the red tanks are more expensive tanks. But in the end, when you don't have a free tank that you get in a card, you got a tank for free. It doesn't matter how much it cost in the context that you didn't pay full price for it. So they'll all have the same quote-unquote cost. Because those are bonuses. They're not guaranteed. So, you know, those are like free bonuses. They're not 100%. They're really free. It's just that you're taking a lottery shot. All right? So he got 2 tanks to keep 18,000 gold. That was absolutely phenomenal. So I needed to show you guys this one because I have my own card video that I'm going to show you that's as good as this one. But I wanted you to see this one first because it's like, you know, which one is better? It's 50-50. Depends on how you define what success is. Would say that his pack that he just did here is better. I received a gift from, what the heck is this? Where did this come from? Who gave me a gift? Heavy Metal AMX Model 58. I don't know what this is. I'm just here talking about tanks. You caught me, man. I really have no idea what this is. I have a couple other HMH tanks. I'll find out, I guess, what this is later. I don't want to give away anyone's identity without asking them first. So whomever sent me this gift, thank you. I don't know. I'm speechless. But anyway, okay, let me go back to what we're talking about. the tanks are just awesome in the pack that I got. And the tanks were awesome in the pack that he got. And like I said, when you see my video, then you're going to go, well, I think maybe this one has a superior allotment. You know, I don't want to give it away. But when you see my other video, you could go, well, okay, this one was better than the one that I got. This was my friend's stash, and the one I got was good. And then other people are probably going to say, well, you know, I'll take the one you got over the one he got. Now, I would say in general, most people were going to say this stash here that you're looking at is the better stash. So I don't know. I'm going to go figure out who sent me this and then tell you about it in just a second. I'll be right back. Okay. As I make this video, I have no clue. I don't know how this was done specifically. I don't know who sent it. But I figured since you guys were here for the random gift part of the video, I figured I would show you what it is. It's an AMX 58 light tank, and it's a tier 8, and it is a butt kicker. I've seen it, and I was like, oh man, this would be awesome. Oh, light tank. That's my Homer impression. So I have no idea. I'm so thankful. I have to make a video thanking whoever sent this to me because I literally have no idea. Anyway, so this is the end of ArmoredWraith's killer 6-pack of cards. 6-pack meaning how many tanks he pulled out of it. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was really awesome. I mean, I was in the party writing this stuff down, and it was just fantastic. Oh, I know. There's one more thing I was going to tell you. There's two basic things that you do when you decide you want to buy you want to experiment with buying a pack of cards. You either have, what you should do is look in the dispersion in the store where it says go to the drop table. Go to the drop table. Look at the drop table. For example, I recommend blue. They're the least expensive. You get 30 if you buy the full pack for only $40. It's like $1.33 a card. It's an awesome deal. Because the fun is that you could get literally just about anything, but you gotta look at the drop table and see what's available. Now, once you look at the drop table, there's really two things that can happen. You look in there and say, well, there's 15 prizes that they give you, and I call the tanks that you get potentially are the prizes. Actually, I have the list here. I'll just go ahead and read them off to you. All right, let me read these off to you. There's a Sexton 1 Artillery Tier 3. Gross Tractor, you saw that, Tier 3. Panzerkampfwagen T15, Tier 3. It's not in here. BT-7 Artillery was not in this one. T-29, Tier 3 was in this one. It's a Russian light tank. BTSV, that's the one that started with. It's in here. There's also a Russian T-28 with the F-30. There's an MTLS light tank. That's a Tier 4. The T-28 with the F-30 is also a 4. There's a Panzer B2, which is a heavy tank, Tier 4, tier preferential, meaning it will never play a tank above a 4. So you look at that. I got one of those, and it's really cool. There's also an Su-85 tank destroyer, Tier 5 Russian. There's the M2 Super Chaffee, Tier 6. I have one of those. Britannia Panther, Tier 6. I have one of those. The Javelin Krupp, Steyr, Waffenträger, Tier 7 tank destroyer. Su-122 44 Tier 7 tank destroyer, and then the butt kicker of them all, the Tier 8 icebreaker. So you look at those tanks in the drop table, and you could go, wow, I could win any of these. That's fantastic. If you don't have any or have very few of them, the more of them you have, the greater your chances are to get a refund. Now, if you want to play the refund game, where you're like, well, you know, I'm going to tell you what I call my my recommendation is if you have 5 of those tanks or more, it's worth your while to go, okay, well, you know what? Let's try and get a refund. You know, your odds are, out of an expected average of 3 cards, your odds are matching 1 if you have 5. If you can always, it can always be better or worse than average. You could get 6 cards like my friend got, okay? Blows everything out of the water. You could get 1. I've had one time and it was terrible. That's the gamble. All right? So go into it mentally knowing anything can happen, anything good or bad. You know, you're going to get guaranteed 4,500 gold. The worst you could do is 4,500 gold, all right? Which is well below average, but I'm just saying that's the worst you could do. But if you have 5 of the tanks with the prize table, I think at that point, statistically, it's worth your while, because now it also matters which tier tanks you have. The higher the tiers that you have, the better the matches are, because they're more expensive. For example, the tier 3s are all pretty cheap. But if you go to tier 6 Super Chaffee is 2,900. Britannia Panther 3,650. Tier 7 Javelin 5,950. SU 12244 6,750. And of course tier 8 Icebreakers 8,000. Now right now until Tuesday, the 25th, the Icebreaker is on sale in the store half price, so it's 4,000 if you got one. If you got a blue card today and it was an Icebreaker, until Tuesday, that's a $4,000 gold card. So I'm just saying, go into it, look what's going on, educate yourself. If you got a question about it, it's like, hey, I got these 5 or 6 tanks. Write in the comments, send me a message, I'll answer it, I'll let you know, or send it to me on Xbox, it doesn't matter. I'll help you do it, it's fine. I'm into helping people out. So I say, really, even if all you had is 5 tier 3s, I say go for it. Because let's say you had, let's just throw it out there. Let's say you have 5 tier 3s from the stash. Let's say you got 3 cards and they were all 3 tier 3s that you already had. So that'd be 3 refunds. That would run you you're going to get about 3,000 gold for those. So you'd get about 8,000-ish gold plus the bonus stuff for your investment. Solid, really good result. But if your tier tanks are, if you have a Britannia Panther or a Javelin or an Icebreaker or a Super Chaffee or the 122S, your things go up. The odds are the same. Now, it's really interesting because I have gotten the Icebreaker from these blue cards. I didn't have it. So I have an Icebreaker. If I get another one, woohoo, jackpot, okay? That's the thing. They're randomly the same probability. It's not stacked where there's, it's not a pyramid stack, which many times it would be, where you'd have one Icebreaker and then most of the stuff is heavily weighted at the bottom where you're going to get, just a ton of tier 3s. It seems to be that the distribution would be this way. Based on the probabilities, you'd have 150 cards is an entire stash of the cards, and there will be all 15 prizes in that 150 cards equally distributed. So it's like they don't print them, but it's like they printed a giant sheet of Pokemon cards, and on that giant sheet of Pokemon cards they print, there's going to be, one Charizard, for example, and one of whatever. They're equally distributed. It's not one Charizard for every 300 packs, okay? It's not one Icebreaker for every 450 packs or cards. It's one Icebreaker for 150. And in that 150, there's one BTSV, there's one Steyr, there's one Britannia Panther, there's one Sexton. Your chances of getting a Sexton are exactly the same from what we have seen as getting the icebreaker and vice versa. So the only card we haven't seen from this set is, actually there's two of them. We have not seen the SU-85 and we have not seen an SU-122-44. Those are the only two we haven't seen. The SU-85 is a 5, the 122 is a 7. We've seen that. In fact, my friend, you saw him right in front of your face get the icebreaker. I have posted a video of my icebreaker. You know, so each of us has gotten the top one, and neither one of us has gotten the SU 122-44 because it's random, and it's fairly random. Fair meaning it's evenly random. Like I said, it's not pyramid stacked, which some cases they would pyramid. You'd have one icebreaker at the very top, and the bottom is just loaded with tier 3 upon tier 3 upon tier 3, etc. So you're going to get a less than equitable refund. Now, I mean, every time you get a refund of 1,000 gold, dude, that's better than a blue card. Blue card maxes at 400. So, you know, when he got a BTSV for 1,000, jackpot. All right. I myself have matched a Sexton 1250, jackpot. Okay, and that's how it goes. I matched a T29, jackpot, 1,000 or 950, whatever it was. T29 is 950. So I'm just saying, know what you're doing. Go into it with your eyes open. Don't expect to get 8 cards and they're all going to be the top tier dudes. 3 is average. You could get less, you could get more. So don't be greedy and don't go in there with upper expectations. Go, it's like, okay, I'm looking for average is good. I'm telling you, man, if you get an average 3 cards, you pull 3 10 cards, you're going to get an adrenaline charge. It's going to feel great. Okay, because it's just like a Christmas present. It's like some guy sent you, I don't know. I mean, literally, I have no idea. Someone could send you a tank. It's like that's what they did. Wargaming sent to, but you paid for that. So someone sent me this, and I still don't know what it is. It's just really boggling my mind. So I'm going to do whatever, and I don't know. But hopefully this helped you out, giving you some positive ideas. You know, look at the prizes. If you don't want those prizes, don't buy those tanks. If you like the black ones, I didn't care for the assortment of black or red myself personally. I didn't want those. So I didn't buy those. Now they're more expensive, but I literally looked at it on mine. I looked at black, I looked at red, it was like, no, I need to go blue because blue had what I needed. And my video will explain this. I don't want to get ahead because it's already going long. But thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe. You know, give me a like or whatever. Hopefully this helped, and I hope to see you guys again in the next one.